course, our host with the most, well, not tech Hello. There it is. It's right there. Hold on. AV Matrix podcast in 4. P4 audio. There you are. Okay. Cut back to there. Cut. Oh, there we are. I don't know why that went out or why that switched, but that's really weird. And sorry about that, folks. If you missed the conversation, I was just talking about.
We'll recap in a second.
Farm Bureau Insurance was there this morning.
At the breakfast.
At the breakfast. It was great. Y'all recognize Greg Bevan for all of his years of dedication to the community. And I was commenting that John Bevan is now taking the helm for his father.
Not officially.
Not officially, but I mean, he and there's other agents that work out of that office that they grew together as a family. And the fact that y'all recognize Greg Bevan, because they're not just there when you need them, they're there when you don't need them. And
Shirley's very active in homemakers. And like the breakfast, she's been a big part of that for years, of putting it together. And, it's just so many different things that, they do behind the scenes. And Greg, his work as a deacon, he really works hard at that. And a lot of people, Greg's touched a lot of people's lives for a long time. Like Mark said, 50 years, anybody job, that's a lot. So.
So, sorry about that, folks. If you were tuned in and we went audio free, they kicked us out for audio, but we're back up, and hopefully you'll watch us and stay with us. Thank you for our 10 viewers out there. We appreciate you. So, David, going into the rodeo tonight, what can we expect? What can we be prepared for parking? What should we know coming in so we can get our spot?
One of the big things that we've worked on, we've added onto our pit area where we normally park trucks and trailers. We have moved the buyers for the auction, the trucks, trailers for that. We've moved people away, so we're going to park the back there first. If you're going for the rodeo or the auction, we're going to park the back area first, and it should make it a lot better for people being able to walk a lot closer, to be right there. And a lot of it will be on gravel parking. So, and we'll have another third gate.
It looks
back
great
there.
back there.
It is.
I mean, it's
perfect,
big.
So
you can, as we had the trucks, we had a couple of trucks coming in for the rodeo to start setting up. The stock came in. That's awesome. He came in and said, "You can't have a rodeo without me." That's what he told me when he pulled in.
So we actually yesterday we finished. We've actually surveyed that site now, and we've got our parking lanes designated for the semis for Friday and Saturday night.
Nice.
So we think we can park almost 80 semis now back there with extra room.
Well, the only thing we need now is a NASCAR track.
Well,
let's work on that.
I tried. I had a motocross track. We had to get rid of that because Greg. But I tease him about that all the time.
Because of insurance.
Because of the insurance liability. So, and, the thing tonight, it's a learning curve for us. Yesterday, the gentleman for the KOI drag racing, the guy kept calling, well, we need to do this. And I said, look, dude, we've been building tracks for 40 years. We've got this. I said, tonight, it's not our first rodeo. Tonight, it is our first rodeo. So, needless to say, we're doing the best. Those folks, we think we hired one of the best in the business in
I think so.
Lone Star Rodeo.
Well known in Texas.
They've been here before, so that's a good thing.
I mean, so y'all, everybody, we're on a little earlier today because, let's just talk about what's coming up, and if there's something that interests you, that we want you to come out and enjoy the fair. Tonight at 7:30.
Yep.
We'll kick off the first rodeo at the Meade County Fair. Yep. And this is a rodeo.
Historic.
This is a rodeo. It's not just one or two. Thing. It's not just one or two. It's not just barrel racing or what have you. It's you're going to get a little bit of everything. You're going to get bronco riding. You're going to get steer roping. You're going to get steer wrestling. You're going to get bull riding.
Is it too late for me to sign up for bull riding?
For you, buddy, I can work anything.
You can work that out.
Yeah.
All right. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I don't think the VA will appreciate me adding insult to injury.
One of our board members, actually right out of school and stuff, he rode bulls, and we tried to talk him into coming back. He packed out in a hurry. So, and
it's a lot of wear and tear. I'll tell you that.
We're asking people to be patient.
Okay.
Tonight is our first shot. It's the first time we've had a major event like this.
Absolutely.
Back at that arena. We've put seating everywhere. We're trying to make lawn chair seating. That's going to be a little tougher because you're sitting below the fence. This arena here, you're above it with
That's
your
right.
there's a nice hill to get over there. It's flat.
It is flat.
And you want to be careful too. You don't want to get too close to the arena walls, especially when there's a wallering and a bucking and everything else.
I think I told this maybe one of the times we've been on. We signed with Lone Star.
Mm-hmm.
Paperwork was going back and forth. That the night we signed, I believe it was, watching the news, they show this bull guy's riding, throws him off, and I mean he literally is twirling in the air, hits the ground. Well, the bull just keeps running down the track. Just all of a sudden, he goes whoosh,
right over the fence.
about a 12-foot fence.
Yeah.
Never touched it.
1,800 pounds of beef.
Right into the concession stand area.
Wow.
People were scrambling.
I would say, but even if you go to PBR,
It's
on
crazy.
the Pro Series, you've seen them get in the stands before there. I mean, and they've got almost everything you can, between there. But I mean, it's a very rare thing. First of all, so it's safe. It's safe.
Yeah.
Nobody was hurt. It's almost like sometimes the bulls just do it just to just to show you they can do it.
I think
Yeah.
they're trained that way with a certain word. Have you ever gone to those donkey basketball?
Yeah.
The certain word makes them move or they won't. So.
One thing I know about the rodeo circuit, especially because of me and my younger years, is a lot of these stock companies that provide the stock, they're well-known bulls
Yeah.
that move around, and they're used to the arena action that happens. So it's not like they're a trail horse that knows the trail, but they do know how to.
Of course, in the catalog.
And they've already got them out there now.
Yeah.
Kind of getting to know the arena, and they, it doesn't take. I don't think it takes them very long for them to realize these
No.
are
different dirt.
It's different
that's probably
dirt.
helpful for the
Yeah.
dirt to soften it up too. Probably.
we do
The,
have.
the arena looks great.
We've rototilled very deep, so if somebody was to fall, and I mean that's what some of the things that we've done. We have the fence, then we have their fencing inside of our fencing. That's about 3 foot higher, so we feel confident we've done everything to make it work and got their own music. We've got speakers hanging from equipment, SkyTrax,
Gotta have
things
the show.
like that. So
It's not
it
just a
is.
rodeo; it's a
No.
show too.
It better be.
That's right.
But
speaking of music, so the rodeo's in the back arena. The main arena's got live music tonight, right?
Live music.
I heard them hooking up earlier, and they were playing a little AC/DC when I walked over.
We've got a brand new stage system. Levi Wheatley with I think it's Majestic is what his group's called. It sets up sound. Been working all morning from 7 to about 8:30. It's called Army of Life. Will play first. It's all young boys from here in Meade County, and then from about 9 to 10:30, 11, it's Nathan Wilson. He actually lives in Nashville and actually is signed with the label company.
Very
and
good.
That's
from
awesome.
here, begged to play. I kept telling him, I can't pay that money with what tonight has, and so it was worked out. We got a deal.
Do you know that we have a local guitarist that played in Nashville for several years, Michael Matney, who owns Serve Pro with Don Wright.
Really?
Locally services our area, but he played in Nashville for several years. Another good guitarist.
I know that was we've had Mitchum, Josh Mitchum's played several
There's
times
a lot
here.
for years. There's been a lot of talent in this county.
I would like to do that one downtown or here one afternoon, just have them picking and grinning.
If you could do a circle where we have a big old circle in a big old barn and everybody gets up, they start one and it goes all the way around and everybody's playing along, and then the next person starts and then you're out and then everybody comes in, that would be amazing. Banjos, mandolins, violins, fiddles, everything.
Make it fun.
Just a nice bluegrass.
See, then you'd have 18 more events than everybody else does.
Yeah.
We're trying. We could probably Friday night. The community building is open, so
Yeah,
if they want
right.
to play indoors where it's
Hey.
air conditioned, we could probably make that work.
Yeah, I mean it's a. I mean just
you need somebody to
just
head up that.
just call it open. What do they call
Picking
that?
and grinning. Show up.
Like an open mic type of
Yeah,
night, right?
yeah.
Just show up and get in line to play.
That's
So this kind of, because I know we were out on our audio was out. So let's just go real quick back over what happened today. So today we had athletic events that started at noon.
Breakfast.
We had the breakfast this morning with Jonathan Shell. Did an excellent job. Talked about about how we market Kentucky's goods to outside of Kentucky because we've got he said he was talking about how we're in great shape for the future. But now we got to go market it and get that
Yeah.
out. And it was also the community breakfast this morning, so that was great. Jonathan Shells spoke at that. Beef steer shows started at 9 a.m. this morning. Athletic events. You said he gave away about $2,000.
3,000, 2,000, 1,000.
3,000, 2,000, 1,000 for the different
Something like that.
athletic events for the. And then you had
$3, $2, and $1.
$3, $2, and $1.
But it totaled $2,000.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
they gave
Okay,
it
yeah,
a
I
lot
got
of
it.
Right.
So so if you won first place, you got $3
And a ribbon.
$2 and a ribbon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So baking contest this afternoon have these are things have already gone through. You'll be able to see in the messenger next week, or is it the next week we're going to put them out?
That's our goal.
What's
yeah.
that?
The
results.
winners and results for
the
all
fair
Review.
review will come out 2 weeks after the
weeks,
fair.
okay.
2 weeks.
Because we're still getting stuff in on
Results,
Saturday in the
right.
cycle for the news cycle.
So then 4-H FFA had their round robin. 4-H FFA auction starts at 5 o'clock. It's coming up right now, actually, I think, right? It's about
15
minutes. So we better hurry up and get off there.
I'll have to leave you.
Yeah, rides
Well,
opened at 4 o'clock today. I think you said next year you're going to try to shoot for 3 o'clock
And
again.
It's always been 3.
It's $1 off today, thanks to the Farm Bureau.
That's right.
And,
Oh, yeah,
$14 to get in tonight. It's Kids Day. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then
Family Day, Kids Day, yeah.
But listen, the rides open at 4. Don't wait to get here at 6 o'clock, right before the rodeo is going to start. Get out here early, otherwise you're just going to get road rage and angry because it's going to be packed out here tonight, folks. And you need to be patient because the people that are doing a job of parking are volunteers. They don't work for money. They volunteer. Well, I think there's a donation.
group gets a
the
donation.
group
The
gets
organization, but the people
But
are volunteers.
They're volunteers for that group so that the proceeds go to that group. But, these are young kids that are out of high school. They support a group. You've got to be patient. And
Yep.
don't be trying to be here at the last minute and then show up and think you're going to come in here,
Well-
park, and then walk.
Well, one thing, you should be here to participate in the backseat driver competition.
That's a lot of fun if you've
Yeah.
never watched it. So.
Now, can you show up and sign up? Is that
Yeah,
how it works?
that's what
So
you
show-
we should enter that, Mark.
Well, I mean, I gotta work the gate, so sorry, I can't keep.
Gary Chapman is experienced. Call him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call him. Gary is good at it. Then 7 o'clock tonight. We talked about it earlier, but just now that we have audio, Texas Hold'em in the main in the community building. That's you show up. I think they're what's the buy-ins, like $20 or something
If
like that?
you signed up before tonight, you even got extra chips. So it's
Gotcha.
a lot of and it has to be. It runs to like 1 a.m.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
And
could have
then-
got extra chip. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
I got to read ahead on this.
And then
There's a man
rodeo
that produces the catalog. If you'd like one of them.
Yeah, rodeo at 7:30 p.m. and live music 7:30 p.m. in the back arena. Live music in the main arena, and as always, there's food and food and food. There's rides. There's people. Get out and meet some people and greet some people. This is the community. This is a family affair here. We love the fact that we have family. That when we walk into this fair, it feels like family. You know everybody. You get along. We're all out here working with one another to make this a great fair for
I
everyone.
won't mention names, but normally when I receive something that looks this lengthy in a text,
Yeah.
I cringe because I know they're upset. This is a lady, and she
I see a red heart.
absolutely defended the fair for the $15 gate, said go anywhere you want to go. If you
You
can
won't
go
find it.
anywhere for $15 to what is on this,
It
I'd like
costs
to know
10
where it is.
It cost $10,000 to go watch Taylor Swift.
And
for a
this
ticket.
turned out, I was so pleased. I've shared that with about
Thank you.
everybody
That's good.
I
Thank
know,
you out there
so-
for saying that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because we know it. When you see what's behind the scenes and understand everything that goes into this, you know that
It costs money.
It's a good deal. It's
Scared
a
money
good
don't
deal.
make money. And
The thing is that you're a little bit of a victim of your own success by keeping it low as long as you could, as long as you have. That now that when you have to raise it, it's a shock for everybody. But
it's
it's
business.
reasonable.
And I mean,
it is a
if
business.
we hadn't have thought it was reasonable, we wouldn't have done it. But
Yeah.
we think for the value and where we are, yeah, $3 raise was quite a bit. We've done 2 in the past, 3, but we're not ashamed of doing it. I mean, it takes
costs
that to
more money.
operate it.
It costs you more money to go to the movies per person than it does to come to the fair and
For
get
2
rides
hours.
for 2 hours and get rides and everything else.
This is all day.
This is all day. You get
entertainment
rides from
and
3
parking
to.
included.
That's
You
right.
get rides today from 4 to midnight.
Right.
I mean, 8 hours of entertainment. You got live music. You got a rodeo. You got.
If you can't find something to do at the fair, you need to rethink your priorities.
And that was one of the things I've always said. We wanted that parent to feel comfortable to be at the arena.
Yeah.
And their child can go to that carnival rides and come check in. They should feel safe that they can let them come and go.
That's right.
So that's my goal.
I'm getting there.
And I need to go.
All right. Hey,
All right.
listen, final
David,
thought.
thank you.
Thank you.
Final thought.
Come out. It's our first rodeo.
That's
So
right.
come out.
Next year, you won't be able to say that again.
Putting a fair on is not our first rodeo.
No, that's
But
right.
Come out.
That's fair.
If people show up, we'll make it work. We'll
Yeah.
make it fun.
And be patient. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Yes,
See
sir.
y'all. See you
All right.
tomorrow.
See you, David.
Well, he's going to step out behind us, Mark. A couple minutes because I know you got to get back to the gate. I think the word of patience is a great word to have.
It is.
First, I want to say thank you to everybody out there tuning in from the Messenger Studios, the Mead Truth Podcast. The Mead Truth Podcast is a Republican Party podcast. It is live for you today on the Messenger and through the Mead Truth because of the information that's flowing to you today, nonpartisan. So I typically will run this program on the Messenger if you want to know more background. Mead
That's
Truth
right.
spends time educating folks on
This
actually, I think
This
while it
shows
is
this
partisan-
podcast is really built about educating people on the different things that go on in the community and the different things that happen politically.
That's right.
And then let you make your own decisions on things, but let you know what's really going on. We talk about, there's a big thing that went around for instance about, hey, what is fascism? We did a show on that. And showed you where you can go find out more information. We talked about patriotism. We talked about what do those things mean. We talk about voting your principles and things like that. So
now I'll tell you one thing that we do cover and that we will be covering up into the general election this year is voting. I cannot stress you the importance of voting. You say my vote doesn't count. Well, yes. Your vote actually does count. And it matters most even in our local elections. And we've got a lot of great information coming out. So if you want to stop by the booth, you can stop by especially if you want to know about voting rules and regulations. I would tell you that you could go to both booths, the Democratic or the Republican booth here at the fairgrounds, because they're both sharing the same information from Susan Masterson, the county clerk, who's talking about
register to vote.
Yep, how to register, when the cutoffs are, so that this year, if you decide you want to vote, you know the rules of engagement ahead of time, because you will find that there is a deadline to be registered to vote and to make sure that you're updated.
It's around the second week of October for the general election. Obviously, you don't have to be registered as a Republican to vote Republican. If you're a registered Democrat,
you can vote.
We will gladly take your vote for a Republican for our Republican candidates.
That's very partisan.
And that happens a lot.
That's very partisan.
It is a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. You are biased.
I'm sure the Democrats would take a Republican vote, so I don't know how
they
it's
sure
really
would.
biased. Though.
I got it.
I mean,
it's debatable.
Yeah, well,
debatable. Hey, listen, we just want to say thank you guys for listening.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We love doing the fair.
We absolutely. This is our third year doing the fair.
Yep.
It's gotten a little better each time. It's hard to believe that this went from a basement to where it is today.
Yeah, it went from concept to your basement within just a minute.
A complete news outlet and media resource.
Now,
but anyway,
here we are.
Love it, hate it, doesn't matter. We're going to try to keep it straight and factual. So, listen, guys, thanks. Come out to the fair. Be patient.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
It's all about having a good time.
The
and being
earlier
with
you
family.
get here, the less the lines, by the way. So,
yeah.
And don't forget the VIP passes at Kissel.
That's right. Kissel,
if you do have a little extra money,
Kissel,
you can get
your ticket gets you in and gets all the rides. But Kissel has an upgrade over there for you for a fee.
Let you come to the front of the line.
It gets you. There's a separate VIP line that you can get in, just like you do. You see them all over all the major venues and things out there now. It's almost like the back seat or the backstage pass for a concert or what have you.
That's
but
right.
it's good stuff.
And this is our first rodeo.
It is our first rodeo. I can't wait to see it tonight.
Yeah. You guys have a great evening.
Y'all
We
come
will
out and
talk
see
to you
us.
soon.
Have a good night. Come to the fair.
Come to the fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
It's more than fair.
That's super.